Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for October 23, 2023. Please leave a comment, like, and share. And in the news this evening, Canada resident killed, brother injured in Westmoreland gun attack. Two brothers were shot, one fatally, along the Ricketts Main Road in Frome, Westmoreland on Sunday afternoon. The deceased has been identified as 64-year-old Cleveland Hamilton, otherwise called Bayo, of Ontario, Canada, who had been visiting the community. Reports are that about 3:55 p.m., both brothers were standing along the roadway when a white motorcycle with two men aboard, traveling from the Georges Plain direction, drove up and stopped. The pillion disembarked the motorcycle, brandished a firearm, and opened gunfire, hitting both men. Hamilton ran across the road in a bid to escape and was chased by the gunman, who continued firing at him. The now deceased then fell to the ground. The men then proceeded to rob Hamilton of an undetermined sum of money and a gold chain before fleeing on their motorcycle towards the Georges Plain direction. The other brother was transported to the hospital by relatives, where he was admitted in a serious condition, whilst Hamilton was pronounced dead on arrival. Investigations are ongoing. Man charged in alleged hit-and-run accident gets $1 million bail. A 33-year-old man implicated in the death of a 5-year-old boy was granted bail in the sum of $1 million when he appeared at the Lioneltown Parish Court on Friday. Charged with causing death by dangerous driving is William Bell of Bunkers Hill in Clarendon. Bell is said to be responsible for the death of Demarvy Davy, who died in a hit-and-run accident in Frankfield, Clarendon, earlier this month. Bell reportedly turned himself into the police on Tuesday, October 17. Davy, a student who attended Bunkers Hill Primary School, was killed after a Toyota Probox motorcar, which appeared to be speeding, got out of control and struck him. He was taken to hospital, where he was pronounced dead. According to police reports, the driver did not stop at the scene of the accident. Lawmen later intercepted the vehicle, but the driver managed to flee. Bell is to reappear before the court on Monday, December 4. Beachy Stout alleged hitman frustrated by defense lawyers' questioning. Devlin Minot, the second witness in the Everton Beachy Stout MacDonald murder trial, expressed their frustration during cross-examination by attorney-at-law Christopher Townsend. Townsend tried to entangle Minot into a web of inconsistencies that he has given during his testimony. Minot looked to the ceiling inside the courtroom at the Home Circuit Court in downtown Kingston before uttering for everyone to hear, "Father God, me tired, me sick, me can't manage this no more. Father God, just come down and touch someone today. I am distressed, Your Honor." Justice Chester Stamp, who is presiding over the matter, has granted Minot a few minutes to compose himself before the trial resumes. Minot is serving an almost 20 years prison sentence for being the contractor in the murder of Beachy Stout's second wife, Tonya MacDonald. Minot allegedly contracted Oscar Barnes to kill Tonya, who was murdered on July 20, 2020. Her burned body was found beside her raised motor vehicle on the Sherwood Forest Main Road in Portland. The witness claimed that Beachy Stout promised him $3 million to do the job. He claimed Monday in court that he had planned to give the entire $3 million to Barnes after the job was complete. Barnes is currently facing trial alongside Beachy Stout for Tonya's murder. Fire at the central sorting office contained to storage area, says a JFB. A fire at the Jamaica Post Central Sorting Office on South Camp Road in Kingston on Monday was contained to a storage area, officials from the Jamaica Fire Brigade said. Stuart Beckford, commissioner at the JFB, said the fire began approximately 9:08 a.m. and seemed to have spread from a garbage fire which was lit outside to a storage area inside the building which held the old mill.
So this morning at approximately 9:08, we got a call that there was a fire at CSO, a rubbish fire. That's the initial call. When we got here, we recognized that the fire had actually spread from the rubbish to a storage area. Sparks emitting from the burning would have traveled through a vent and would have landed in the storage area where, as was explained by Mr. Allen, we have whole meals being stored, and that would have caught on fire. The good news in all of that is that the fire has been contained and is confined to that general area. There's no threat to the building itself. As you would have heard, the staff were evacuated safely. All of them would have been accounted for. And of course, operation, as indicated, would be closed for the day. We believe that within another couple of hours, we should be able to wrap up our operations here. And we're going to be assisting Postmaster General and his team with ventilation to ensure that operation could be resumed tomorrow. From an operational perspective, we believe it was a success, and we want to commend the team, Rallington Town, Trenchtown, and of course York Park, who responded initially to this call. The problem that we are experiencing now, or the challenge, is that there is smoke emitting from the burning, and given that it is paper that is stockpile, we're going to have a bit of challenge in terms of turning over and ensuring that we get to the seat of the fire to be able to put it out once and for all. But you will still have some remnants of smoke emitting from the building even 2 hours from now. So we don't want persons to think that the entire building is burning down. That's not true. It's a section of storage area, and we are quite comfortable and confident that we would have taken care of it to the extent where it doesn't pose a threat to life and property. Well, I can't give an estimate because we are still in our preliminary investigation. In terms of a cause of the fire, we are not certain yet. We heard that it may have been unintentionally set by somebody of unsound mind who may have been maybe cooking or something at the back of the building. We are looking into that to see exactly what the cause of the fire is.
There were no reports of injury from the fire, as all staff members were evacuated. However, Dr. Dana Morris Dixon, minister without a portfolio in the office of the Prime Minister, said that one person from Jamaica Post had an asthma attack, and several members from the business processing outsourcing company, Sutherland, which rents a space on the building, experienced fainting spells and were rushed to the hospital.
As we go around and we talk to staff and we're trying to figure out how they're doing and if anyone is having any issues, we were told that a third-party operator that rents this building did have some staff that were affected. We're told they were fainting and that several of them had to go to hospital for that. And so in terms of anyone who's been affected, it's one from Jamaica Post, as we had said, that had an asthma attack, and then there are some others that have had some effects from the fire that are with that third party that rents a part of the building. And of course, that's always unfortunate. Anyone that is affected by this fire, we're really very devastated that would have happened, but we're very grateful that there were no fatalities and that the fire was contained really quickly through the work of the Jamaica Post team, especially their facilities team that worked so quickly, and also the quick response from Jamaica Fire Brigade.
Schoolboys are charged with a sexual assault of girl at the St. Andrew's School. 2 boys are to face the children's court after they were charged with sexual offenses allegedly committed against a 13-year-old girl at a high school in St. Andrew earlier this month. The students, who are 14 and 15 years old, have been charged with rape, forcible abduction, and grievous sexual assault. A third student is also accused of sexually assaulting the complainant, but he has not been charged. The incident is alleged to have occurred on October 2 at the high school, attended by the 4 students. It is reported that sometime after 2 p.m., the complainant was in a classroom when one of the boys entered and took away her classmate's bag. The complainant reportedly accompanied her classmate to retrieve the bag on another classroom block where she was sexually assaulted. The police say 2 of the accused were charged following a question and answer interview and an identification parade where they were positively pointed out by the complainant. St. Anne man killed in gun attack, woman wounded. A man is dead and his girlfriend wounded following a gun attack in Exchange Oturay, St. Anne, early Monday morning. The deceased is 45-year-old Terrence Williams of Prosper Hall Exchange and a supervisor at the Total Service Station in the area. Mr. Williams' 36-year-old girlfriend has been admitted to hospital. It is reported that about 12:10, Mr. Williams was driving with his girlfriend and his stepdaughter on the Prosper Hall Road when a man in a black hoodie and a face mask opened fire at their car. Mr. Williams and his girlfriend were hit while his stepdaughter escaped serious injuries. The gunman escaped on foot. The police found Mr. Williams slumped around the steering wheel of the car, which had crashed into a wall. He was later pronounced dead and his girlfriend taken to hospital for treatment.